I've posted thousands of times for clients on LinkedIn. Right now, I have 15 clients who are posting every single day. And so I've been able to see that if you include media in your posts in 2025, you get a 30 to 50% increase in your reach. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 11 types of media that you can use to grow your LinkedIn account. Let's dive in. Number one, we'll start with carousels. Carousels have been the highest performing LinkedIn media type for the last 18 months. So starting in 2022, 2023, people were just going viral if they had a carousel. It's not quite the same anymore, but they still are probably the top media type. And what this looks like is you usually have some type of hook page like this. And then as you hover your browser over it, or if you're on mobile, you'll see a little arrow that's right here, and you can just click on the arrow and it takes you through, and it's a carousel of different images, different texts, and you can see this one has 14 pages. And so you can see on this example, you have the best X and LinkedIn hooks I've seen over the past month. Here they are. And then in this actual text, I do like LinkedIn is a text-based first platform, so I always include information like just here in the text, but then for the media, I also added stuff here. What I want you to think about as you're creating these is how can I get people to spend an extra 50 or 100% of the time that they would spend? So if they're spending 10 seconds on your LinkedIn post, how can I get them to spend 20 or 30 seconds here? Because if they're doing that, then LinkedIn will send a disproportionate amount of traffic to your post. And so how do you create carousels? This is how. I have the 8 steps right here. Also, I'm going to put a link to a lead magnet in the description, which is a bunch of templates that you can literally just copy, paste, and steal. But high level, if you want to know how to do this yourself, go to Canva. You could type in LinkedIn carousel and use some free carousel templates they have there. And then you just have to adjust them to fit yours. I'm not going to go through all of these. All right, number 2, infographics. So I love infographics. And the reason why is because you can compress a ton of value into one image. If you think about the value of content, that's usually what it is. It's like I just told you I posted thousands of times, and right now I've got 15 clients who are posting every single day. I've done a lot of work to do that. And so I'm compressing what I've learned for you. That's like the value of content. And so with an infographic, you're doing the same thing. You're compressing a lot of valuable content where people can read it in just one go. So this is a good example right here. So this is a guy, Sean Hanif. I don't know how to say his last name. He says, increase your client retention. And then he breaks it up into 4 different things. And I took the time, I clicked on this image, and I actually read everything that was on this. I probably spent a full minute on the post. And because I did, and other people did, this post did really well for him. And so infographics are amazing. How to create these? Again, I have templates. You can just click the link in the description. But if you want to create them yourself, you can use Miro, you can use Canva. I often will use Miro. I'll choose a headline. I'll create a roadmap with a number of steps. I'll use sticky notes or shapes. I'll use arrows to connect the shapes logically. And I'll use a lot of screenshots. So an example would be, I'm going to scroll out. You can see this entire image right here. This is all done on Miro. And this could be a screenshot. And I use this as an infographic. I think I'd have to make some adjustments because the text would be too small, but you get the point. Next is tweet screenshots. So I'm going to give a pro tip for anyone who's posting on Twitter and LinkedIn. If you're posting on Twitter and LinkedIn, you can post 3 times a day on Twitter. You can post way more volume there, and they're really short snippets. And so it's the no-brainer thing to take your highest performing tweets and just expand on those for LinkedIn. And the best way to do that is you just grab one of your tweets and you use it as the image, and then you just expand on the idea like I did here. So I had a tweet that did well on Twitter, and then I took it to LinkedIn and I expanded and I made a longer post about it. How do you do this? If it's an actual tweet, then there's this tool that I use. It's really simple. You go to tweethunter.io/tweetpic. You just paste the tweet URL in. You change the dimension. So you change it to LinkedIn, adjust the content scale so it looks like it fits well, and then you save it as a PNG. That's simple. If you aren't posting on Twitter, but you still want to use tweet screenshots, which I still highly recommend, you can just go to Canva and go to templates, search tweet screenshot. I looked at this before. They only have paid versions available, so you might have to create it from scratch. And then you make the pithy tweet or whatever, and you save it. Alternatively, I also have a template that you can get. So click the link in the description. All right, clipped educational YouTube videos. So if you're creating YouTube videos, this is just a great way to repurpose some of your content, where you create something that's a minute long, 2 minutes long. Basically, you want to snip it. So say that I'm taking this YouTube video that's talking about 11 types of media. Maybe I take 1 minute section and I'm just talking about one of the 11 types, and my entire post is about that. That would be a great example. Here's another one. This one's from Nicholas Cole, where this is a 30-second clip that he took from one of his YouTube videos. How do you create these? So I use a tool called Screen Studio. So these are the steps. Like, open the YouTube video that you created, use a YouTube transcription Chrome extension. That way you can identify where you want to start and end the video. Open Screen Studio, that's the tool that I use. And what's amazing about it is you can just clip a certain section of your browser. So say that my browser is split into 4 different pieces. I can just clip one of those or whatever I want. And then I can also capture the audio. So you just hit play and it's recording. And then you wait for it to go through. I actually like this is a pro tip. I like to speed it up to 1.2 speed, 1.3 speed, just because people get bored at 1x. And then afterwards, you make whatever minor edits you need. You can do it directly in Screen Studio and save it as a MP4. If you do it with a PC, so I have some team members who do it with a PC. They use OBS and Streamable. All right, next. Clipped podcast. So same idea. You follow the same steps, but this is just you're on a podcast with someone else. It's not necessarily your own YouTube video. And someone asks a provoking, interesting question, and you share your answer. This doesn't necessarily have to be you either. I did one a couple of weeks ago that had Neil Patel speaking for like 1 minute, and it got something like 40,000 impressions. Like, it did really well. Okay, next, tactical Loom videos. And so I do these at least a few times a month, and they are, I would say, my second highest performing type of post. And they do really, really well. So basically, you want to describe some process that you do internally and just spend 4 to 7 minutes talking about it. So it could be, I could do like a very brief version of these 11 media types. I could do 10 types of posts that drive leads. I could do 3 lists that every business owner should make on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Just giving a couple of examples, but just getting really tactical, like zoom in on whatever your service is, whatever your software is, and just show people actually what it looks like. All right, let's jump to the next one. Number 7, funny viral videos paired with educational text. So these are, if you like memes, these are good for you. You can grab just some video that's going viral, which you find on imgur.com. Find one you like, and then just relate some type of lesson to a video. So you may have seen like the guy that starts dancing and everyone's judging him, and then by the end, the entire crowd is joined. Like, that would be an example where you could show that video, and then you could talk about how you have to be willing to stand out if you want to be a leader, something like that. Next, handwritten pages. So you've probably seen Matt Gray. He posts these all the time, and they crush it for him on LinkedIn, especially. I think he uses them on X as well. I don't know if they perform quite as well. But you can do this yourself. You can hire somebody to do it for you just on Fiverr, or a spouse or a sibling or something along, whoever's willing to do it. Or you could just use a handwritten font on Canva. Yeah, pro tip, they have handwritten fonts. They don't look 100% real, but they get the job done if you're just looking for something quick. Also, template in the description for that. Handwritten graphics. So you may not be a graphic designer. You can see this next one is like custom designs, custom graphics. So if you can't do this on your computer, you could do this on just a piece of paper. And so if you just have the idea for the custom graphics, you can just do it handwritten, and it can still perform really, really well. So choose whatever concepts you want to talk about, create the graphics that portray the concepts better than words can, grab a piece of paper, draw. All right, these custom designs, these are the same. This is just done digitally. And so if you actually want to learn how to do this, there's a course that's called Visualize Value from Jack Butcher that literally teaches people how to do this. I personally don't know how to make these, but I hired a graphic designer who can. And so you can hire somebody. You could probably find somebody on Fiverr, but if you know how to make them, congrats. They're great for, say that I'm trying to compare like, let's say social content, because I sell personal branding and social content. And I'm comparing that with an investment account and versus a salary. It's like, so your salary pays you every month. You put a lot of that money into an investment account. Eventually, the interest from that investment account might surpass your salary. That's a lot like social content, where it takes a lot of time, a lot of input of just consistent salary, so to speak. And then suddenly the interest starts paying off really handsomely. And so that's probably a concept I can make an amazing visual around, just to give an example. All right, next, memes. Memes are awesome. Memes are the language of the internet, and you absolutely should use them and know how to use them. I'm just going to show you this example because it's hilarious. So this is just a reminder, if you deliver a great product or service, people will talk about it. And you can see this person, they're talking, this is a pair of pants. You can see she's laying on the floor. Can I just say that I will be reordering them in every color? Here's me rolling and sliding down a mountain because I was too scared to get up. My leggings did not rip even a little bit, and I got stuck on rocks and trees. This is just a hilarious meme. And okay, so how do you make these? So you go to imageflip.com/meme templates. You choose the idea you want to post about. If you're struggling to find something, I like using like a enemy-based marketing or a versus. Like if you don't like how, say that you're a Facebook ads agency, you don't like how other Facebook ads agencies do things, or you don't like how some of your clients do things, then I would pick one of those things that you don't like, and you can make some type of meme around it. Scroll through, find the actual meme you like, click on it. There's a button, you say hit caption this meme, and then you just play with the words until it looks like it resonates and it makes sense. And I'd go for clear over clever every time with these. And then screenshot it and you're good to go. So that's the 11 different ways that you can boost your LinkedIn reach. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, you can get the templates in the description. And yeah, give me a subscribe. I'm trying to grow my account, and we'll continue to create content that helps you grow on LinkedIn. Cheers.